Alright you guys, Wonderman has been out for like 2 weeks now. Are we finally allowed to speak freely about the show? Because I think a lot of people are gassing the show up. I think the show is mid to good on its best day, but a lot of people are saying the show is great and I do not buy it. People are saying the show is like the best thing since sliced bread and it's really not. I mean, if you are not into the acting profession, the show can be quite boring at times.
Acting isn't a job, it's a calling. It's the single most consequential thing anyone could ever do.
What?
But one harsh truth about the show is I don't even think a lot of people are gonna watch the show in general. Yes, I know the show is currently #1 streaming on Disney Plus in like 60 different countries, but I expect it to be #1 right now. I mean, they dropped all the episodes out at once. It's the newest thing on Disney Plus. It's gonna get a lot of watch hours because everyone's binging it. We'll see what it looks like in about a month, 2 months, or what have you. But in general, I don't even know if a lot of people are gonna watch the show because Wonderman is not a big household name. He's not a big IP. It's a superhero show, but it's actually not a superhero show, which is really confusing. It's actually an acting show, and I think that's very niche. I mean, how many fans are out there? How many people are out there who are into acting versus something like sci-fi or medieval fantasy or an IP based off a video game that has like 1 million fans already? I just don't know how many people are going to watch the show in general. I don't know how many people are really interested in this show. If you haven't watched it by now, you're probably just not going to watch the show. It has all the good word of mouth you can imagine. But the Rotten Tomato score has dropped a little bit. It premiered with like a 95 Rotten Tomato and like a 95 audience score, but it's already down to like a 90 critic score and like a 88 audience score. I don't think it's going to drop much further than that. But yeah, I do think it was gassed up. I think it was overhyped to begin with. I'm about to go off on a little tangent, but bear with me. I feel the same exact way. So like when I say people are gassing things up, I feel the same exact way about the Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow comic. That comic came out in 2021, and you watching this video right now, you were alive in 2021. And if you're watching this video, you're probably a comic book fan or into the superhero genre. No one was talking about Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow in 2021, so just stop gassing it up. It wasn't really that hype. It wasn't pervasive in pop culture. All that happened was James Gunn said that he's making a Supergirl movie, and it's based off a comic that you can go and read, and everyone went back and read it and gassed it up. The comic is mid to good on its best day, and just leave it at that. But it doesn't hold a candle to something like Absolute Batman. Everyone knows Absolute Batman and this absolute universe going on in DC right now is uber popular. You can't really get away from it if you're in the comic space. And so if they were to do a movie about Absolute Batman 10 years in the future and like some Elseworlds thing, you can remember what it was like in 2025, 2026 when Absolute Batman was like selling like hotcakes. That is just not the same for Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow. So yeah, it was a little tangent, but I just feel the same way about that. People just gas things up, you guys, and they're gassing up Wonderman. I'm not saying Wonderman is bad. I'm saying it's good, but people are saying it's the best thing since sliced bread. And I'm just trying to be honest with you guys. I feel like I think more like you. I'm not just gonna tell you that this show is great just because like I know everyone wants to toe the party line. And isn't it sad that one of Marvel's best TV shows is a show that strips pretty much all of Marvel out of the show? Like 90% of Marvel is taken out of this show. And the only real reminder to the broader MCU is when they remind you that Trevor used to play a terrorist, which I hate. I didn't like that twist in Iron Man 3 when it came out. A lot of people didn't like that twist, but I guess a lot of people have short memories. They brought his character back in Shang-Chi and he was funny, but in this show in Wonderman, Trevor really wasn't that funny. In this show, it's described as a comedy, but it's not that funny. It's a superhero show about a guy who doesn't really want to be a superhero and he's not really inspiring. It's more of an acting show, and that's not really for everybody. I mean, the opening scene is kind of cringe. He's like actively talking his way out of a job. That's just turning some people off at the very beginning of the show. Now, of course, if you went on YouTube and you're listening to all these people with hundreds of thousands of subscribers telling you how great the show is, and you go into this show expecting to like it because everyone's liking it, yes, you can like the show. It's a good show. But I just think if you went in neutral without having heard anything, there's no guarantee you're gonna like this show. I mean, there's no guarantee you're gonna like any show, but I've said this before. If you're trying to like put someone on to Wonderman, you kind of have to preface it a little bit. You have to tell them it's a superhero show, but not really a superhero show. It's more of an acting show. You almost have to do a little legwork to like sell the show. Unlike some other shows, I mean, say what you want about the last 3 episodes of Game of Thrones, but you could just tell people, hey, watch Game of Thrones. You don't really have to say too much because it hooks you in like the first 10 minutes. You can just tell people to go watch a show like Fallout and it hooks them in like the first 10 minutes. You don't really have to preface those shows as much. But Wonderman is kind of niche. And to all the people saying you only found it boring because there's no action and you need all these explosions every 3 minutes to enjoy a show, you don't sound smart saying that. In fact, it's the opposite because it's low-hanging fruit. You don't need action in a show to enjoy a show. Does it help a superhero show when there's action in a superhero show? Of course, but you do not need action to enjoy a show. I'm currently watching A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms right now, and we haven't seen Dunk swing a single sword, and that show is way more compelling and way more entertaining. I'll even watch a show like Sick, which is all about golf. By definition, has zero action in the show, and that show is way more entertaining, so just stop it. A lot of people are talking about the chemistry between Yaya and Kingsley, and I think it's good chemistry, but only just good chemistry. I mean, they're both good actors, and it's a show about acting. It's good chemistry, but people are just gassing that up. I don't think it's better chemistry than like John Travolta and Samuel L. Jackson in Pulp Fiction. That is apex chemistry. I don't think it's better chemistry than Chris Tucker and Jackie Chan in Rush Hour.
Carter! Lee! Carter! Lee!
Yaya and Kingsley have good chemistry, but I don't think it's anything that's like jumping off the page. People are talking about this bromance like it's amazing. I don't even like their bromance. It's all right, I mean, but the best bromance in the MCU by far is OG Cap and Falcon.
On your left.
A close second is Spider-Man and Ned Leeds, and you can take that to the bank. But this bromance between like the Simon character and the Trevor character, yeah, I can do without it. Who cares? And I've said this before, at certain scenes, I thought the Trevor character brought down the scenes. Like in that cookout episode or whatever, like that family gathering episode, I was like, why is he even here?
What exactly are you doing at this party, man?
Sorry?
Like when Simon's breaking his mother's like table in that kitchen scene, I'm like, why is Trevor even here at all? Like in certain scenes, I'm like, why is he here? He was really bringing down certain moments for me. And he, like I said, and he just wasn't very funny in this show. I mean, the show's all right. Stop gassing it up. The best MCU show is Loki by far. I think Loki is still the highest rated show. Loki connects to the broader MCU. It actually has implications. It's actually required viewing. Wonder Man's very insulated. It doesn't really connect to anything. It's not required viewing. You don't know if he's gonna show up in Doomsday. Maybe you don't care, but there's nothing like Wonder Man will return in Avengers Doomsday at the end or anything like that. And they say he's like uber powerful, so he could really help out in this Doomsday crisis. But the show does not do a good job of showing you how powerful he really is. You really don't even understand his power set even when the show's over. I mean, he harnesses ionic energy, but I don't even fully understand what that means. I think the show does leave a lot to be desired. It's a good show, but it would be almost better if it was just like an HBO show and it wasn't even connected to comic books. It was just a show about an actor and it was like a comedy, like a guy just trying to make it in Hollywood. That would be a better show. But yeah, I don't think people should be getting crucified online because they say the show is boring or it's not for them or it's slow or just saying the show is mid to good. But just because you don't think the show is great doesn't mean like, oh, you are just stupid or your opinion isn't valid. I think Marvel released all 8 episodes at one time because they knew people would not show up week to week to watch this show. It doesn't leave you with much at the end of these episodes, I'm sorry. And also the all black and white doorman episode that people are saying was absolute cinema, I do not see it. I think it's like a mediocre episode of Black Mirror or like an extremely casual episode of Atlanta or something like that. But I thought that episode was dragging. I didn't need a whole black and white episode describing the doorman incident. I could have just had like a 10-minute explanation. But I digress. I just think Wonder Man is mid to good, not great. It's one of the better Marvel TV shows that they've come out with as of late, but that is not saying much. The bar is really low. It's lower than a snake's belly. But what did you guys think about Wonder Man? Let me know in the comments below. And did you even watch Wonder Man? Are you even interested in Wonder Man? Did you even know who Wonder Man was prior to this show? And if I've said anything you can agree with, smash that subscribe button. We are so close to 1,000 subscribers, you guys. They say the first 1,000 is the hardest 1,000, but I'm gonna keep showing up for you guys because you guys keep showing up for me. Click here to binge more of my content. And as always, thank you for inviting me into your home and thank you for joining me in mine. I'll see you guys in the next video.